Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Imperator Rome, where we are playing as the Langobards, aka the Longbeards, aka the Dwarves. We have just finished a war against Bastania, where they foolishly decided that they could take us. They couldn't take us. And we are going to basically continue our recovery. We did have some pretty serious financial issues, which we need to recover from. And also get a bunch of our manpower back. Thankfully, our manpower recovery is like 100 a month, which is decent. It's not great, but it's decent. And we do have a lot of troops to try and replenish. However, there is a lot of space in this area that we can be working on in the meantime. Just to expand our borders and expand our population. Hey, Strange Tash. First time on a stream. Well, welcome. I love and hate watching Imperator. Huzzah! It's fun watching others play, but the urge to play is really annoying. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. And hey, miss. I have an Amazon Prime and a Twitch Prime sub that I've never used. May as well give it to you for the extra pennies yourself. Well, thank you very much, Mixin Dave. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the Maudlings. Twitch Prime is great. It actually pays slightly more than a normal sub. Not sure that's true. I think it's $2.50 regardless. Hey, Mordred, will you upload this to YouTube as part 7? Yes. Well, no. The previous stream will be part 7. This is probably part 15, 16, something like that. So if you've missed that part, then sorry, you're going to be a bit behind. But this is a continuation, and yeah, like I said, we're just trying to increase our population. We spread our armies out because we just fought off some barbarians, or orcs, as we prefer to call them. An improved office. Our war chief, Guruk Malogris, has asked for more funds for his office. With a larger fund, he would be able to do a better job for our nation. So we can pay a stupendous amount of money. He gains loyalty, and he becomes a better war chief. What does the war chief do again? The war chief increases cohort recruit speed. Could not care less. That's why he's a terrible, terrible commander. So I'm gonna have to pass. I don't see the point in spending anything on that one, because I already have all the troops I need. Plus, we are most heavily reliant on the cohorts. Oh, no, sorry, the retinues anyway. Speaking of retinues, have we reduced our army maintenance? We have not. Well, that's going to ensure that we are making even more money, which is great. Because I really would like to start getting some more buildings and things up and running so that we can get more population growth, so that we can get some forts, perhaps, especially up here. I think that would be useful. And, yeah, just more stuff like that. Nidegast Aegid has just died at the age of 74. He was the governor of Pannonia. That is very unfortunate for him. So we probably need a new governor. We do. Let's take a look at the region map mode and see where he was busy. So Pannonia is this one, which is one of our new acquisitions. Do we have anyone that can actually replace him? Gundogast Marcolus. Head of the Marcolus family, but he is not a clan chief. He's proud, which reduces charisma, but does increase fort defense, and he's also unrest reduction because he is just. Ooh. Pannonia does not need that as much, but that is a very good trait to have. I'm thinking the Vistula wants that. So we're going to make you in charge of the Vistula. It's only a difference of 1 in terms of skill. Then we can bring in the level 10. Actually, Venadia is our home region, which we can't replace. And Dacia has a level 8. Dacia is just a bigger, more populous region right now. So I think we are going to bring... Yeah, we're going to replace the Dacian... Or is it? Oh, no it's not. We don't actually control much of Dacia yet. Only these 3. No, never mind. We will put you in charge of this. There we are. Okay, good. Also, I did notice that we have some trade routes open. we can actually get livestock, which I would really like to get up here if possible. So let's go ahead and cancel one of the trade routes. Ooh, I'd like to keep the amber if I can, because it increases the amount of tax we're generating. But what use is tax if we don't have population? Let's cancel that one. Let's bring in livestock. It's an internal trade. That's fine. Then here, we can't trade anything because we have no civic power. Again! So we really need to get some more civic power. Are we migratory? Yes, we are. Which is how we've gone from this little corner over to here. Got ourselves a whole bunch more space. Our capital is actually here in Imeprator, which is a gold mining mountain pass, which I think is entirely suitable for a dwarven capital. And also another really nice thing is we're actually in a pretty good location when it comes to gold mines. There are 2 of them here and we control them both. And also, just to add a little bit more benefit, it's also one of the few places in Europe that produces gems. And again, we own both of those, and we will be trying to get that one as well. And there's basically no other gem sources in Europe. And we'll control all of those. So that's going to be pretty cool. Oh, the gem source is actually owned by someone. Who's that? The Albocinian Revolt. And that is literally their only province. Interesting. Their only city. Okay. Do we have good horses? We do actually have a source of horses now. We have some over here. 2 provinces, in fact. So we can build decent light cavalry now. Envoy wants to buy vegetables, which will reduce the slave movement cost. Yes, I will absolutely sell you vegetables, especially as that is going to be earning me a little bit more money, which is nice. Hey, Helson. Yay! The Langobardian whiskey stream is back. Oh wow, did not realise the delay on episodes was that late. Well, usually it's not. Usually I'm like maybe a week, possibly 2 weeks ahead, unless it's a game where I'm streaming a lot in one go. So because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 streams planned, it's going to be like a week, maybe a week and a half ahead. I mean, in this instance, it's going to be lessened because I'm releasing 3 episodes a day. But, yes, we will get ahead, quite far ahead. And in fact, if we finish this stream and then start a new game, then that game is going to be like a month ahead, probably. I mean, that happened with Hearts of Iron. On Hearts of Iron, I'm still uploading the CSA and UK games. I've still got Mexico and the second Netherlands game to upload, though I probably won't bother with that one because it wasn't a very good game. Local power is offering to buy furs. Yes. Go for it. Although I believe we were already exporting furs, which is why we were getting the fur bonus, which is the starting experience bonus, which is fine. Hey, Rideout Gaming. How's it going? Going well so far. I just had pizza, so I'm happy. How did long-range trade in vegetables work back then? Do you preserve the vegetables in salt? Or possibly jam? Though vegetable jam. I just thought about that and I was like, or dried. You could dry them. That's another good trade. Hemp. Yes. As long as you're not trying to buy my woad, it's fine. Because woad is the one that I do want to have a surplus here, and we still do. Be right back, food time. Oh man, I want pizza. It was good pizza. I am feeling utterly, utterly stuffed though. I may have ever so slightly overdone how much I had. Pour my tea supplies. I am thirsty. Although that tea is still going to be super duper hot, so I'll have water instead. Well, not instead, but just as a start. Better. Alright, you guys are still taking attrition. Why is that? You need to be in a place which gives you 11 supply. I can put you in a place that gives you 10, but 11's going to be too much. You also need an 11. Well, that's a 14. You can have that one. Trade route has disappeared. No longer importing grain. Oh, great. Wait, where was that? But I'm still getting grain. Oh well, guess I'll buy some amber then. I'm kind of amazed that nobody else has bought that amber in the meantime, but hey, I'll take it. How long until I can build up my stability to level 2? Still will take a while. You're taking attrition, is that just because of the winter? It is. Military access from Rugia. Why do you need access, Rugia? Who are you fighting? I mean, sure, but you're fighting the guys over here, so I don't think you necessarily need it. The other thing I do need to do is make sure that we are on top of the population movements. So that's a level 9, so Gothia needs another person. Probably from you. And Gothinia can settle either of these two. Probably this one. No, we can't. Next month we can. And so our borders continue to grow. Oh, another grain. That I would like to have. So, let's colonize. Refugees fleeing the war between Cotinia and Latobicia have crossed into our land that we consider our own. Whilst letting them settle here would be a humanitarian thing to do, we should consider how this may affect relations with our neighbour, Corinia. Welcome them. Absolutely. Need a bunch more. Of course we do. You're trying to buy grain. From here. Oh. So that is actually... Oh, because he became disloyal. Sure. However, that does bear a question. Why are you going down? Your unrest sucks. Oh, it's because you're still trying to convert. Well, we'll need to change that to... Well, why are you so unhappy? Unhappy pops. Yeah, it's very difficult to keep freemen and citizens happy in this place. And you have quite a few freemen and citizens here. Which is a problem. I don't think I want to do local autonomy because that massively reduces what you're producing. Acquisition of wealth could be good. I mean, the difference is fairly close. Now, do we have a problem where they are of different religions and different cultures? Actually, no. So, in fact, why are you culture converting? do not need to be culture converting. So let's switch you to acquisition of wealth. And that immediately makes you a positive. Marvellous. What about pickling? That would also work too. Yes. Have we found the mythical land of Rome and their bearded women? No, we haven't. Not yet, anyway. Why don't I have to convert and assimilate everyone? Yes, but most of the people in this province have already been assimilated. So having a policy running which is increasing revolt risk in a province which is already disloyal is a very bad combination. But some of my other provinces are still in conversion mode. Actually, one of them is. Why are you two in autonomy? You do need to be, because your province loyalty is low and still going down. You don't need to be, though. You are in an area which is still being potentially converted. Although actually all of the conversions already seem to be done. I'll leave you alone for now. That does remind me that I need to use you and have you moving somewhere else. Grain. Definitely the grain. And Finn can also expand to either of these. Probably that one, because that one is also grain, which we can then export. Boom. And that does mean that we have grain to sell here, which we can then send to the capital. And this is a way more loyal province. So that trade route should not get interrupted. Except it will cost me civic power to do. So many costs for civic power and for oratory. Military and religious get far less uses. See, this tab actually shows us where we have open trade routes. Why can't I have a tab like that in this page? Because that would be the obvious place to do it rather than bearing a menu. So we do apparently have a bunch of places which could have trade routes. Oh, except for the fact that we need civic power to do it. And it's also civic power that we're using to move population and also colonize. And our ruler is pretty good at civic. So if he gets replaced by someone with worse civics, it's going to be a painful time. Like that guy, in fact. He's 75. Sigismund has been in power for a long time. Now I can afford it. Grain from Venadia. Much better. And that gives me my 0.1 growth in the whole province of Ciscarpathia. And more importantly, the citizens, which I'm hoarding here in order to try and get some technology moving. Although it's still a very, 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 very slow process. Is there a system of accepted cultures like there is in EU4? No. There's just your dominant culture and everyone else. Although if someone is in your culture group, then they will cause you less problems than if they're not. The ones here in the north are Germanic, the ones down here are not. So if we were just expanding like out of Germany or within Germany, we would have a lot less problems. And And we are now earning money. So another thing I do kind of wish existed was a breakdown of how much each of these buildings would actually give you, rather than just clicking somewhere completely arbitrary. Like, where are my population centers? So it does get rather difficult to decide where you want to build stuff. I think I might do this by terrain type. So if it's in the plains, we'll build a granary. Especially if it's plains which do grain. Like that. Which of course aren't mine yet. Typical. And Gothinia's not close enough to actually grab those either. Great. Well, guess we keep looking. Any of those? That one is. We don't own it yet. Well, we can save the money, it's not a problem. Wonder if I should pick this game up or Anno 1800. Choices. That's a difficult one. That's a very difficult... Well, I'm not sure I'm allowed to answer that, actually, because I can't say whether I like this or not. That would kind of count like as a review. Shouldn't there be an Easter sale now? There probably will be one soon. I don't know offhand how exactly... or when exactly Twitch. Steam does those sales. I really want to move some of these people up to Viadria. Easy way of doing it would be that. Because what we can do is we can settle Cognia, which is going to give us extra people, and then we can settle, or we can use it to recolonize Gothnia, and then also colonize all of these. And because we're just going one step, it's easy to, like, backfill behind us again. And there we go. So, now the question is, which do I colonize? Well, we need to wait until it becomes the dominant culture. Which it will, just needs time. Oh, and also we have more trade that we could be doing. And probably should be. Oh, my disloyal clan leader died. I should have saved my oratory. From now on, I need to save my oratory. With no warfare to focus their efforts, some of our tribesmen have started becoming unruly and are causing chaos in Asanka. War Chief Guruk Malogus has suggested dispensing the troublemakers in one way or another, hoping for the trouble to eventually die off if they are not gathered in one place. So we can disperse them, which will cost military. We can calm them down with stability. Or we can gain centralization. No, sorry, we lose centralization. But we also get the unrest. I mean, centralization we want, because that's going to allow me to change my government. Stability is going to cost way more than 50 military power. So as much as I like having the extra unrest reduction, no, I'm not going to pay for that. Although what I can pay for is stability here. I'll move these guys too far away. So I am going to start paying my armies again. And then moving, say, 3 of you down here. I'm not going to send my regular army because I don't want them suffering the attrition. That's attrition I'd have to pay for. The rest of it isn't. Looks like you'll go for Abatis and then nothing else. And even with armies actually being maintained, we're making a fair amount of money. Yeah, you guys are right. You can say whether you're liking it or not. It's just me. No infantry in any of those armies. We have loads of infantry. Archers count. Yeah, so those barbarians have escaped, and I don't think there's going to be any catching them. So let's have you go into Dolem. Let's just leave you somewhere around here, where hopefully there's enough supply. And stay in Matuska, that's fine. You want to buy furs. You may absolutely buy furs. Okay, so my commerce income is now climbing quite substantially. And I definitely want to change my laws. There's now 2 laws I need to change. One to get rid of the extra tribes, and then the other one to switch my commerce law away from the extra import. Although, I do like having 3 imports from this. Actually export the wood. In fact, that's something we may as well go and do, is just like export these wherever I can. Those horses can go somewhere. In fact, let's go and export horses to Carnuscia. Oh, surplus in the province just gives extra manpower. I was hoping it was going to give us, like, stacking horse discipline. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. We would need to export it to someone to do that. We can export this wood as well. And that would just make us money. Also spreading out where we can get horses exactly. But our income from trade should now be going up and up and up. Certainly seems to be. Oh yeah, our commerce income is now almost the same as taxes. So we definitely need to get rid of that law, like as soon as possible. Dolem. Supply limit of 8, 12, 13. So Maronis would be a better place for you to stay. Probably want to come over here. In fact, speaking of that, we should start to colonize this. And now Viadra would be a great candidate for a granary. It's planed. It's grain producing. It's a granary.